Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm back. My name is Zachariah Howder, and I'm coming back with y'all with another lesson, prophesying the downfall of Babylon. I went out to attempt to continue the lesson, and what happened was I messed around and took the camera, hit that, the phone flipped over on another side, and then it stopped the filming. So I apologize for that. But, like I was saying, there's two parts to this story, right? Okay, it's two sides to the coin. And what we seeing is a push for power. Everybody want to control what's about to happen with this reset, right? So each side, so these elites, West trying to dominate the whole earth resources, and they want total dominance. But for some reason, Russia is standing in their way. So let's hear some of this video footage live from President Putin. Okay. And man, I wanted to start from the beginning. Let me see, can I catch it when it first started? Because he said some powerful things, And before we start, let's do this fair use under copyright statute. Okay, fair use under copyright statute of 1976. Fair use is a legal doctrine that permits limited use of copyright materials without permission from copyright holders. It's a crucial exception to copyright law, allowing for activities like criticism, commentary, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. The doctrine is defined in Section 107 of the Copyright Act and involve balancing copyright owners' right with public's interest in the free flow of information and creativity. Okay? So fair use. I'm not getting paid strictly for educational purposes. All right, let's go. Let's continue. Let me show this part right here. Okay. All right. Okay, let's watch this video. So it's a continuation of the lesson that I started on earlier. So it's three parts to this lesson for today.
Representatives of large, medium, and small Russian businesses came to Minsk. That is, those who are directly engaged in the development of business ties with the Eurasian countries and who, based on their own experience, understand the advantages of integration and what else needs to be done to improve the conditions of mutual trade and investment exchange. I know that today, as colleagues mentioned, seminars were held within the framework of the forum and various issues were discussed, including those that I have just mentioned. I would like to stress that all the useful ideas, recommendations, and proposals of our Russian colleagues will be taken into account in our further work to strengthen the Eurasian Economic Union. As for the role of the Eurasian Union in the formation of a new multipolar architecture of international relations, I would like to remind you that some things will have to be repeated. Alexander Grigorievich mentioned certain figures, but I consider them important. Some things may be repeated a second time, but I apologize. I believe that this is important. I would like to remind you that on January 1st, the Eurasian Union turned 10 years old. During this time, it has certainly strengthened and became a successful integration union. The overall economic potential of the 5 countries has significantly strengthened, and the Eurasian Union has rightly become one of the key centers of global development. I will repeat that the total GDP of Eurasian Union members has increased from 1.6 to $2.6 trillion. The trade with the third countries has increased by 38% and amounts to $800 billion. This is a fairly comparable amount of trade between the world's leading economic powers. This is a solid trade of $800 billion. The total volume of mutual trade within the Union has doubled to 97 billion, and 93% of the payments between our countries are made in national currencies. Industrial production has also increased in Eurasian Union countries by 30%, and the processing industry has increased by 46%. Agriculture has increased by 26%. Investment in capital has increased by more than 40%. This is a very good indicator, colleagues. What does this mean? 40% of the capital has been invested. This means that, at least in the medium term, growth is guaranteed. The money has already been invested. At the same time, the level of unemployment, as Alexander Grigorievich mentioned, has dropped to 2.8% in the Eurasian Union and 2.3% in Russia. This is one of the best indicators in the world today. Of course, the Eurasian Union is not going to stop at what it has achieved. We are continuing to work on strengthening integration mechanisms, increasing Eurasian Union's authority and influence in the international arena. Our union is always open to cooperation with all interested foreign partners. We are actively developing mutually beneficial ties with Eurasia, Africa, and Latin America, and strengthening contacts with multilateral institutions. You have just mentioned IBRICS, the CIS, SHOES, ASEAN, the African Union, and others. The Eurasian Union has concluded a number of preferential agreements with major trading partners, Vietnam, Singapore, Serbia. In May, it entered into an agreement on free trade with Iran. Hopefully, the situation in the Middle East will calm down now. The conflict between Israel and Iran will also be resolved. Thank God, we will consider everything in the past. This means that we will be able to develop relations with all the countries of the region, including Iran. As I said, we have reached an agreement with them. Tomorrow, at the meeting of the Supreme Eurasian Council, it is planned to sign an agreement on economic cooperation with the United Arab Emirates and Mongolia. At the stage of discussion, we will discuss liberalization and trade with Indonesia, Egypt, and India. Thus, our integration will make a real contribution to the creation of a large space of partnership, cooperation, and economic growth on our common Eurasian continent. It is a space where every state has the right to its own development model, and the interests of all participants are taken into account. We are convinced that it is on such a fair and equal basis that cooperation in the new multipolar world should be built. Therefore, I think that we are on the right track and are moving at a good pace in our relations with our partners. As for the second question about cooperation between Eurasia and global and regional financial institutions, I would like to note the following. The 5 states jointly undertake efforts to integrate financial infrastructure. The concept of forming a common financial market of the Union has been approved. The Eurasian Development Bank and the Eurasian Development Stabilization Fund have been created. These institutions lend and carry out expert projects with high integration effect and help to ensure financial stability in the entire Eurasian space. As of the beginning of this year, the Eurasian Stabilization Fund has accumulated about $9 billion. If necessary, it can be used to support the budget of the 5 countries. In turn, the Eurasian Bank has accumulated an investment portfolio of $16.5 billion. In particular, it has financed the construction and modernization of power plants in Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, as well as the creation of agricultural production in Armenia. In Russia, the Eurasian Bank has allocated funds for the construction of the Western Speed Dynamometer in St. Petersburg and the construction of the Ring Road. It has also helped to develop the Pulkovo Airport in St. Petersburg and other infrastructure initiatives. Naturally, the Eurasian Union and its member states maintain extensive contacts with key regional financial organizations such as the new BRICS Development Bank, the Asian Development Bank, the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and others. As far as I remember, at one time, the Eurasian Bank helped the Eurasian Commission to prepare recommendations for the implementation of the Eurasian Digital Agenda. These recommendations were used to ensure technological compatibility and harmonization of the legislation of the 5 countries in the digital sphere. However, if we speak directly about Russia, then, due to well-known circumstances, our dialogue with the World Bank and other Western-centered financial institutions at this stage is difficult, to put it mildly. The reason is their political commitment. Moreover, we are trying in every possible way to reduce dependence on Western financial institutions, to minimize the use of foreign payment instruments and services, and to transition to direct correspondence with the 5 state banks. Many of them are connected to the system of transfer of financial messages from the Central Bank of Russia. The Eurasian Union and its member states have also achieved significant success in combining national payment systems and bank cards. What else would I like to mention? We mentioned BRICS, and our host has just mentioned it. As part of BRICS, we are now working on creating a digital investment platform. Of course, such ideas could be implemented by the Eurasian Central Bank as a whole. The same applies to other national payment instruments, national e-payments, e-money, and so on. Without a doubt, regional financial institutions that are born on this ground will certainly multiply, and they will acquire a global character. By the way, as we all know, and this is no secret, a significant bulk amount of our Russian gold and foreign exchange reserves are frozen in Western banks. They are constantly saying that they are going to steal our money. As soon as this happens, the movement towards regionalization of payment systems will certainly accelerate and will undoubtedly acquire an irreversible character. This is useful for the global economy as a whole. Maybe we should pay for it. By the way, I thought about it. I have a law degree, and I said that stealing our gold and foreign exchange reserves is a secret theft of property. This is an open robbery. Of course, we intend to further strengthen our own financial payment instruments. We will do this in cooperation with the participants of the European Union and other friendly states. Our allies, thank you for your attention. Dear friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, of course, before answering the addressed questions, I would also like to welcome all the participants of the plenary session of the Eurasian Economic Forum. I note that several hundred representatives of large, medium, and small Russian businesses came to Minsk, that is, those who are directly engaged in the development of business ties with the Eurasian countries and who, based on their own experience, understand the advantages of integration and what else needs to be done to improve the conditions of mutual trade and investment exchange. I know that today, as colleagues mentioned, seminars were held within the framework.
Okay, let's go into the lesson here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's two sides to this thing, you know, and the West trying to control dominance over the from their plan what they created. I think it was around it might have been way before Nixon, but after the Civil War, I mean Salapia, I meant the World War II. Okay, they all come together, and then you know what the who was in the way. Russia always been in the way of the West uh, carrying out their plan, you know, to dominate the whole world. Let me see. I want to go. Let me see. I'm gonna do this. Okay, I think it's right here. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to find the where I want to go at with this covenant. Okay, it's right up in here. So let me see here. I think is it on here? This ain't the part of the covenant that I want to go into. Let me see. It must be on this other page here. Let me see here. I think it's right here. See, this is what they doing right now. I'm gonna read some of this stuff right here. Yeah, here you go. This is the one I wanted. See, right now it says, I'm gonna start right here at the top. I'm gonna start right here. It says, here you go. I'm gonna go right here. It said, we will start early on when their minds are young. We will target their children with what children love most. sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicines that will make them sicker and cause other diseases, for which we will create yet more medicines. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will grow depressed, slow, obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods, so they will never connect with their inner selves. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games, so they may never be the one with the oneness of it all. Uh, their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways of implementing mind altering technology in their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish their governments, see, and establish the opposite within. We will own both sides. See, here you go right there. That's what I want to get to. We will always hide our objective but carry out our plans. They will perform the labor. I mean, go to war, fight, you know, for the rich, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure always, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. See, this is what's going on now. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. See, they created all this here, man. Everything's an illusion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what we think and how. We will guide them kindly and gently, letting them think they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suit us best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally and anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and killing their own neighbors. Let me go back. It said bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. We shall repeat this over and over until the ultimate goal is accomplished. Okay, now, that's deep. So let's start here. That we will start early on when their minds are young. We will target their children with children love most sweet things. So the manipulation begins in early childhood, primarily through addiction to sugar, fast food, processed snacks, TVs, cartoons, and now smartphones and social media. These sweet things dull spiritual awareness and create long-term dependency. Now time, junk food, ads, TikTok addiction, cartoon indoctrination, sexuality, gender, and vaccines mandates for kids. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their minds and steal their futures. Heavy metals like mercury, amalgam, fillings, fluoride, and aluminum are placed in the mouth and water shown to impair brain function. Now time fluoridated water, dental fillings linked to a neurological decline in children. Man, see this double man. Hey, these people, man, wicked, man. It said when their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases for which we will create yet more medicine. This exposes the pharmaceutical loop, treats symptoms, not rooted cause. ADHD meds, vaccines, opioids are examples. Uh, Now time the pills for every ill mindset keeps people in medical bondage. We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. This is about spiritual, physical submission, subdated through entertainment, drugs, fluoride, and false religion. Now time, a generation of spiritual dead, distraction, people who can't resist tyranny. They will grow depressed, slow, obese, and when they come to us for help, we will give them more poisons. People are made sick, depression, obesity. The system offered more poison, antidepressants, GMO in foods, vaccines, SSRIs, and surgery. The majority are dependent on big pharma, never cured. We will focus their attention toward money, material goods, so may never connect with their inner selves. So distraction through capitalism, vanity, debt, luxury, and social status to keep people from spiritual truth and repentance. So self-love manifestation and consumer culture over obedience to Yahweh. And not obedience to Yahweh. That's what I wanted to say. It said we will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games, so they may never be one with the oneness of it all. So this highlights porn, video games, sports, clubbing, TikTok, all distractions. Satan uses sexual sin, uh, dopamine highs, and entertainment to dull the mind from repentance and prophecies. Their mind will belong to us, and they will do as we say. This reflects mass mind control, TV, media, school systems, AI, algorithm. People obey propaganda without questioning, especially during pandemics or election. If they refuse, we shall find ways of implementing mind-altering technology in their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. So mind control is future by EMF, radiation, 5G, nanotech, MK Ultra, AI, and fear-driven media. So fear of death, war, viruses, and climate change drives obedience. We will establish their governments and establish opposites within. So TV shows control, opposition, two-party deception, with the Republicans and Democrat, and you in the East against the West. And then you got like right now they say Asia, the Middle East is Western Asia, okay? Eastern and Western Asia. Okay, Elder Malcolm go into it all the time. He got that map. So when y'all tune to his videos, he gonna sometime bring that out. You know, he always go into it. Okay, right here it says, we will establish their governments and establish the opposite within. This showed control, opposition, two-party deception. They control both the left, right, Democrat, Republicans, white, black. Now time, Esau sets up puppet leaders in every nation, including Israelite lands. Okay? We will always hide our objective but carry out our plan. This is the cloak of secrecy and plausible denial, disability, salapia, plausible deniability, secret society, hidden hand, Freemasons, globalist agendas, the UN, WHO, WEF, smiling faces, hidden evil plans. See, they will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. So slavery never ended; it's now waged. Slavery, debt, slavery, prison labor, taxation. Now time Israelite build Babylon while Esau profited. Now you got the prison pipeline. With this rap to prison to pipeline, and then you got people when they get locked up, they working for free. So it's just like you back in slavery again. You see, it said our family will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be pure. It is the way. So Edomites believe in bloodline preservation, marrying with secret bloodlines, especially elites. The elite practice eugenics, race purity, in contrast to their push for diversity on us. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there, and let's go into some scriptures. Okay, so let's start here. So this let's start here in Proverbs chapter. Matter of fact, we're gonna come back to this. I want to go to. Yeah, let's go and start. Let's go and start here. I wanted to go into that war thing. I'm gonna find that part. See the division tactics of political gender, race wars. Let me see here. Yeah, let's start right here. Let's start right here. And it said we will keep them separated with the oneness through dogma and religion, and we're gonna work our way on down. Let's start here in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4. Ephesians. Ephesians 4, verse 4. Chapter 4, verse 4. It said, there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. So Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4 and 5 is saying, for there is one body and one spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future. And there is one Lord, one faith, and one baptism. Okay? So we're not to trust on this devil, man. We got to trust in the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1 and 2. Let's get that. And it reads the coming Hamashiach, the righteous branch. It said, woe be unto the pastors that scatter the sheep. It said, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastors, said Yahweh. So the Lord is saying here, what sorrow awaits the leaders of my people, the shepherds of my sheep, for they have destroyed and scattered the very ones they were expected to care for, said the Lord. Verse 2, therefore said Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil, say what? The evil of your doings, saith Yahweh. So the Lord is saying right here, Yahweh is saying right here, therefore, this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the power of Israel, says. So that word power translates to God. But in the Hebrew, it's Elohim. It said that the Elohim of Israel says to these shepherds instead. And who is that Elohim? That's Lord Yahushua. He's the that's why we always cite Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Okay, he's the Elohim. He's the head priest, the chief priest of the temple, man, of the restoring of the temple, man. It said Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua of Israel says to the shepherds, instead of caring for my flock and leading them to safety, you have deserted them and driven them to destruction. Now I will pour out judgment on you for the evil you have done to them. See, so the Lord is bringing judgment on our people, man. Especially those who continue to buck up against His word. This truth from coming out, man. And I be watching these dudes. I said, man, if they only knew. So now you know this is what the Lord says. Okay? It go here, it said, we will control all aspects of their lives. See, the devil, Esau even said, we're gonna control this is what's going on right now. Okay? It said we will control all aspects of their lives. Let's get how they gonna do that? Let's get Revelation chapter 13. This is what's going on there. You heard Putin talking about going digital. They already see they trying to see who gonna control all this here, man. It's about who gonna control this digital thing going forward. You know? See, the Lord, this thing is the Lord. This is the Lord's plan, whether they know it or not. I think it was Elder Gabar and Pastor Tahars, as they always say, this is the Lord's movie. And this is his chip, this charagma. Watch this. Revelation 13. I ain't even went into how this thing gonna play out. That's just gonna get 16 and 17. It said, no, it started at 15. Spirit said it started at 15. It said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So right here, the Lord is saying he was then permitted, and said this devil was then permitted to give life to this statue so that it could speak. Then the statue of the beast commanded anyone refusing to worship must die. Let's go into this statue, man. I'm gonna look the word statue up in there. The image. Worship the image of the beast. That word image is G1504. It's Elcon.
Strong's G1504. Icon.
Icon. Figure, likeness, an image of thing. It said an image of things, the heavenly things, use of moral likeness of renewed men to God. It said the image of the Son of God into transform his likeness not only to the heavenly body, but also to the most holy and blessed state of mind, which Hamashiach possesses. B, the image of one in whom the likeness of anyone is seen. applied to man, one account of his power of command, to Hamashiach on account of his divine nature of absolute moral excellence. So let's go back now. So we will control all aspects of their lives. So total surveillance and influence from birth to death. Revelation. So some of us gonna die for this thing, man. It said control through the beast system. Revelation 13, 16, and 17 represent control through the beast system. The supporting precept for that, let's get Isaiah chapter 10. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, it said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. So they're going to make, I did some research. They're going to try to make this thing mandated. They're going to try to make it mandatory. For people to worship this system that they trying to put in place. It's about a system. This controlling beast gonna be a beast system, and this is what the East. This is what the world powers is fighting about. This beast system that's trying right now is trying to continue to dominate, and they want to control all the resources, so they can be back, so they can try to stop the BRIC nations from dominating, the future. But it's not gonna happen because the Lord finna ready to come and take down all these nations, man, and he finna use this man right here to do it. Who y'all looking at? You see? That's why he's saying, hey, y'all been trying to take me down. Y'all still can't. Y'all, everything that y'all doing, the West, he's talking to the West. So that's why I played the video, so y'all can see the other side of it. Because right now in the Western media, all we seeing is one side. Let's see what the president said, which I just played for y'all, the speech. So the West is trying to create these unrighteous decrees. Okay, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness, which they have prescribed. See, they prescribing to this here, this law, this thing, this Quran to be mandatory. To turn aside the needy. See, and it's aimed toward the it said to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right of the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. See? So this is what's going on. Okay? So let's do this here. I want to get one more. But it said, we will guide them kindly, gently, see? Letting them think they letting us think we guiding ourselves. You think everybody think they free, man. No. So these horns is showing themselves, which is the Lord. He's exposing them. Okay. Let's go here to Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. It said, I'm going to start at 11. It said, the house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. So the Lord finna get ready to come and take this devil down, man. He finna overthrow all this shit that they are imagining, which I'm finna show you. It said the house of the wicked the house of the wicked will be destroyed. Say what? The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tents of the godly will flourish. See, the tents of Jacob finna flourish in these latter days. You know, the Lord will turn this thing right side back up. It said, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. See, so this way that they think that this way of going digital is right, and they think it's gonna succeed. They think they house gonna last forever, and it's not. Let's read this again. It said, Proverbs chapter 14, verse 2. It said, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. See? So the Lord is saying here, there is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. See? So this is going to end in death for these devils, man. All right? Let's get this one right here. Let's get 2 Thessalonians. Let's get 2 Thessalonians. We're going to start at, hold on. Let's see here. Let's start at 7 and read to 11. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. It reads, it said, for the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So this is what the Lord is preparing right now. So the Lord is saying, for this lawlessness is already at work secretly. See, they sit back in secret room with their think tanks to continue to try to oppress the people, the poor. It said, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. See? So this is what's going on right now. Verse 8, it said, then that wicked, it said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. See, this is what's going on now. Through the spirit of his mouth, which coming from the prophets, starting with the elder apostles and bishops and the like-minded men on down as myself. So verse 8 is saying, then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. See, this is what's going on now. Verse 9, it said, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonder. This is what they showing right now through their technology. And now in its perfection is that chip, that charagma. Okay? So this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power That's the AI. In signs and miracles, all this is that AI, that digital technology that they bring forth. Verse 10, it said, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. See this all the people that lost, that believe in this man's system and his technology. You see all of them perishing, and they're gonna continue to perish until they're gonna. Hey, this is the Lord's plan. This is the plague the Lord putting on them. It said because they receive not the love of the truth, that they may be saved. And early on in part one of that lesson, I brought out Ecclesiastes 39, chapter 28. Chapter 38, 39, 28, where these spirits that's created for vengeance. So the Lord is sending these spirits in the earth, man, to do His pleasure. Okay, all this is part of that plague that the Lord is bringing. That's why the love of many is waxing cold. The inequity, is building up, and it don't reach so high. It don't reach this limit. That's second Ezra chapter 15. Okay, let me see here. I want to go. It was something else I had. I want to go back to. Let's start right here. Let's go back here. It says, so right now what they got going on. It said let's go back here to. It said we will distract them with fornication. So let's get Ephesians chapter 5, verse 53. I mean, Salapia, 5, verse 3. It said, but fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become of saints. So the hopefully elect, man, this is what we sustaining from all that BS, and at fornication, It said, let there be no sexual immorality, impurity, or greed among you. Such sins have no place among God's people. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai's people. Verse 4, it said, neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. So verse 4 said, obscene stories, foolish talk, and coarse jokes, these are not for you. Instead, let there be thankfulness to God. See, that's where, starting with the elder apostles and bishops, that's where we always at. That's where our mindset is at. But you got these 2/3, they mindset is on these things. Let me see here. Let's go to second Esdras. Second Esdras. Second Esdras. 16. Let's start at 46 and read to 49. It said, I'm going to start at 45. It said, and therefore, they that labor in vain. So these devils, man, they laboring in vain, man. For 2/3 of our people alone that's joined unto Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations are laboring in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. See, this is a future of prophecy, which gonna happen on when the Lord come and take down these devils and give us them powers. You see, it said, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them. See, this is what's going on now. The Lord is angry with these devils, man. And they suffer from a bad case of cognitive denialism. It said, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Like as the whore inviteth a right, honest, and virtuous woman, it said, like as a whore inviteth a right, honest, virtuous woman. Verse 50, it says, so shall righteousness hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon earth. So, hey, this is what's going to happen with the hopefully elect, man. You know, and when the Lord comes, man. It says here, let's go here. Let's get their minds. See, right now the Lord is angry with them, but the Lord finna go ahead and set up, man. Right now, the Lord is doing a marvelous work. And this is what's going on. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 15. It said, I'm going to start at the top. It said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. See, this is what's going on now. This is the start of that evil that the Lord said He's finna bring these plagues. Verse 5, it said, behold, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will bring plagues that, you know, in my other Bible, it got, I will bring evil. Matter of fact, hold on. That plague is evil. And so on. So them four plagues, the Lord said even the sore plagues. Oh, here. Oh, here we go. Right there. Behold, said the Lord, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I bring evil. Say what? No, we bring good time. I bring evil upon the world, the sword, and famine, and death, and destruction. Why, Lord? For iniquity has spread throughout every land, and their harmful deeds have reached their limits. Therefore, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, I will be silent no longer concerning their ungodly deeds, which they impiously commit. Neither will I tolerate their wicked practices. See, that Revelation 13:16 is a wicked practice. It said, behold, the innocent and righteous blood cries out to me, and the soul of the righteous cry out continually. The soul of the righteous is the hopefully elect men, women, and children that's crying out every day for all the abomination that occurred. You know, right now they celebrating this Pride Month. That's an abomination, man. It said, I will surely avenge them, says the Lord, and I will receive to myself all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led like a flock to the slaughter. I will not allow them to live any longer in the land of Egypt. See, that's talking about now. But I will bring them I would bring them with a mighty hand. A mighty hand is Lord Yahushua, and with a uplifted arm. And I will smite Egypt with plagues. See, there you go. As before, see? And I will destroy all its land. So that's where we at, y'all. This is what's going on. So all this stuff that they doing right now, man, this is the last hurrah for y'all people, man. Okay? Okay, let's go. I want to go here. We're going to hold right there. And I'm going to go here. And I'm just building the case. And then on volume 5, I'm coming with straight scriptures. And we're going to go back. We're going to go in this entirety. Right now I'm all over the place. I'm just, printing the framework. And I want y'all to see, so y'all, cause a lot of y'all new and y'all don't know what's going on. So that's why I let the videos kind of play out instead of interceding. Just let, see what we dealing with. Okay. So I'm going over the secret covenant and this devil. Like I said, they going resorting to their same old playbook, which I'm going through they covenant oath that they swore amongst themselves, and I'm gonna go into show y'all about these initiates. We're gonna talk, tomorrow we're gonna talk, if it's Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai willing, we're gonna go into that. But in the meantime, we're gonna go and stay on the course right here. Let's go right here. Say that their minds will belong to us. So they saying here they control thoughts through media, food, and education. See, let's get Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. I'm gonna start at 11. It's a rebellion of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's people. Hold on. Yeah. So Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai have had enough. So let's start at 10 and read to 12. It said, hear the word of Yahweh, ye rulers. Say what? Ye rulers of Sodom, talking about America. Give ear unto the law of our power. Our power is Lord Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Ye people of Gomorrah. So the Lord is saying here, listen to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, you rulers of Sodom. Listen to the law of Yahweh, our power. I got excited. I'm getting excited. It said, people of Gomorrah, to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Say of Yahweh, I am full of burnt offering. The Lord is talking to his people here. He's addressing his people that join unto these devils. And he's also addressing these devils. It said, I am full of burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and delight not in blood of bullocks or of lamb or of he goats. Verse 12, when ye come to appear before me, talking to his people, who have required this at your hands to tread my courts. So what is the Lord is saying here? So the Lord is saying, when you make think I want all your sacrifices, said the Lord, I am sick of your burnt offerings of rams and of fat tended cattle. I got no pleasure from the blood of bulls and lambs and goats. See, all this food we eating here right now is abomination, man. That's why we sick. It said, when you come to worship me, who asked you to parade through my courts with all your ceremony. Verse 13, let's get 13. It said, bring no more vain oblations, incense, and abomination into me, and new moons and Sabbaths, calling of assemblies. I cannot away with. It said, away with it is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. So the Lord is saying, like, when they be meeting in these churches and these harlot houses, man, all that shit is abomination, man. So the Lord is saying right here, stop bringing me your meaningless gifts. The incense of your offerings disgust me. And for your celebrations, see, I seen them in that Catholic church over there when I was doing my walkabout. This is what the Lord is talking about. He said, and the Sabbaths and your special days for fasting, they are all sinful and false. Say what? They are all sinful and false. I want no more of your pious meetings. You see? The Lord ain't dealing with these churches. You see? Okay, now let's do this here. Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 4. It said, in whom, let's start here at 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So the Lord is saying here, if the good news we preach, talking about the prophets, starting with the elder apostles and bishops and the like-minded men on down myself, we preach is hidden behind a veil. It is hidden only to, it is hidden only from people who are perishing. See, so 2/3 of our people are perishing and they can't receive this truth, man, this good news. Verse 4, in whom the God of this world, see, talking about Satan, blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of power, should shine unto them. See, so basically, what I done read, and the Lord is only dealing with his elect, and so what he's saying, the God of this world gonna blind these people where they gonna feed into this thing. What all these presidents and what they fighting for right now. Okay? And they're gonna perish from that. So all this is the scheme, this scheme that they trying to bring, these wicked devices that they trying to bring forth in these latter days. It said we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology. This is what's going on now. Technology, drugs, and AI used for mass control. See? Let's get Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. That's why I was trying to go stay right there with when I went into Revelation 13 the first time. Revelation chapter 13, verse 14, and it reads, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of, that's the miracle, this is the miracles I just showed you. Those miracles, I just went into the miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. See, it's that beast system that if you don't sign on to, you're going to be killed. It says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. See, talking about this revived Roman Empire, man. So we living in it right now. They came back into a power in the Renaissance period. Okay? Same beast. Okay? We will establish their governments and establish the opposite within. So control opposition, false democracy. Let's go right here to Job 9:24. I'm going to start at 23. It said, if the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. Man, he been doing this all. So right here, they said, when a plague sweeps through, he laughs at the death of the innocent. This is how this man get down, y'all. This is what he been doing to us for over we've been here over 500 years. It said, earth, say what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, and where and who is it? See, this double time is up. So, and the earth was given to see, the Lord gave the devil the power to do all this, man. You know, to use his sword, pursuing Psalm 17:13. It said the whole earth is in the hand of the wicked. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh blinds the eyes of the judges if he's not the one who does it, who is, see? So the earth is given into this double hand. It gets Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. I'm going to start at 19. It said, in the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comfort delighted my soul. So verse 19 said, when doubts filled my mind, your comfort gave me renewed hope and cheer. That's right. See, so the hopefully man, hopefully elect, man, we continue to keep our hand on the plow and continue to think on the Lord and focus and meditate on the Lord. And this is how we receive our comfort. See, it says, in the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comfort delighted my soul. See, the Lord is delighting our soul through these times, these crucial times, which gonna get worse and worse and worse. You're gonna get more evil because this is the Lord's doing. It said, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? So see, this devil framing mischief by a law. See, he gonna try to make, this is how he gonna do that charagma and try to make it mandatory. So right here it's saying, can unjust leaders claim that God is on their side? Leader whose decrees permit injustice. It said we will always hide our objective. Oh, this is where I want to go right here, and this is where we're gonna close at. And this is what, and we're gonna go into Psalm 80 part. I'm gonna start the lesson with Psalm 83 tomorrow. You know, when I go back into the next volume, and this is where we so I know where we at. So it said we will hide our objective. This is the covenant. This is what these devil. Remember, I said they resort to the same old playbook, and I'm showing you. Okay, let's start right here. We will hide our objective, but carry out our plan. See, they will perform the labor for us. See, this is what's going on. So I'm gonna read these last 4 precepts, and then we're gonna close with a prayer. It says Psalms 83. Let's get that. I'm gonna start from 1, and I'm gonna read to 4. 3 is the point. Actually, 3 and 4 is the point. And we're gonna go back into this tomorrow. I'm gonna go into break down Psalms 83, 1 through 12. And then we're gonna go into Putin in the West video. I'm gonna go into that. We're gonna spend time on that after we go into 12. Psalm 188, if it's the Lord's will. It says, a psalm of Asaph, keep not silent, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Hey, this is what they have done. Even when you watch the videos in the volume that I have done and piggyback off Elder Malcolm lesson, he showed you what the devil was talking. I think this was around the time when they were doing that Bacon Rebellion thing, you know? All right, so let's get Isaiah chapter 29. Let's start at 14, and I'm going to read to 16. It said, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of the prudent men shall be hid. Verse 15 says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Verse 16, it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be the esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say unto him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? So yeah, I read all the way down there. So the Lord is saying here in 14 through 16, because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites with amazing wonders. The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligence of the intelligent will disappear. This is what we're seeing. Verse 15, what sorrow awaits those who try to hide their plans from the Lord, who do their evil deeds in the dark. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, well, they say the Lord can't see us. They say he doesn't know what's going on. See, this is what's in their mind. Okay. Verse 16 said, how foolish can you be? This is what the Lord said. He asking them this question. How foolish can you be? He is the potter. So the Lord is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. They the clay. Should the created thing say to the one who made it, he didn't make me, but this proud devil, this is how they think. Does the jar ever say the potter to the potter who made me is stupid? So this is how these evil people think in their contorted mind. Okay, let's stop right there. And this is where we're going to start up tomorrow. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakat Kadash. Shalom. Second, I would like to say double honor and double shouts to all the elder apostles and bishops from GMS who rule well. Also men of battle who rule well. I'd like to say shalom to you all. May Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai bless you all. Oh yeah, and third, I would like to say shalom to all the like-minded men on down to myself that are pushing forth this truth and sincerity. I'd like to say shalom to you all. And may Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai bless us all as we go further off into the great tribulation. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out.